Over the past year, you guys have been asking a lot through our homeschooling journey, what homeschool curriculum do you guys use? And we've been telling you over and over again, it's been Timberdoodle. And today, we're gonna give you guys a review now that we finished the first grade stuff with these two. What we liked, what we didn't like, what we used, what we didn't use, and kind of our overall evaluation for it and how we used it this past year. And that's coming up. So in case this is your first time on our channel, my name's Tim, and what's your name?
Hannah.
Hannah, and we just finished the first grade Timberdoodle curriculum. We, thanks to Timberdoodle, we were able to work with them in getting the complete kit for kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. Our thinking was that Zeke was gonna do the kindergarten this year, and Hannah was gonna do the first grade, and we would have the second grade kit available in case she went through first grade a little bit pretty quickly. But what ended up happening is Zeke, like all the kindergarten stuff, Zeke just blew right through. And so we skipped most of kindergarten for him, and they both did first grade together this year. What we're not going to do here is give you guys like an overview of everything that's in the kit. We have the Timberdoodle complete kit for first grade here we're gonna go through. We already did another video, my wife did. Click an interactive card around here that'll pop up, or I'll put links in the description of this video here on YouTube that you can click to go watch her video, my wife's video, on everything that's included in the kit. What we want to do with you guys here today is just kind of give you an overview of how we felt about it, what we liked, and kind of how it worked out for us practically. The main reason we picked Timberdoodle is because we really wanted something that was like really hands-on. That wasn't just like a lot of book reading. That wasn't just a lot of tests and workbooks and stuff. Although that is included here, and there is some of that. But we really like the idea of doing something with our hands. And if my wife and I get more excited about doing school with our kids, we're gonna have a better time. They're gonna have a better time. Plus, would you guys rather sit and read a lot, or would you guys rather like doing things with your hands to learn?
I do my hands.
So I definitely recommend you read the other, or you watch the other video to kind of find out more about the kit and how it works and everything. So let's go through the stuff we like first. Let's start with math here, okay? So
I do not like math.
You didn't like math? So
I love math.
So this is Hannah's book. Did it feel really good when you finished this whole book?
Yes. I did not like it.
Why didn't you like it?
So you have to like do the equation and then color it. Those were really fun, but like these plain ones aren't as fun.
Like where you just gotta add and subtract numbers together?
Those aren't fun.
What did you like, Zeke?
I like the number families.
The number families?
Yeah.
What do you gotta do with the number family?
Like I need to make a number family.
Oh, you don't have to make a number family. It's okay.
And then all of
Oh, right. So the three of them together make a number family.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Math You See is that it comes with this box. It's all full of manipulatives that they use to count and add and subtract and do math. And it makes like learning math. Yeah, it makes learning math very visual, so you're like understand like the concepts visually rather than just kind of these abstract numbers. So when we go into second grade, you're gonna start using these again because they mastered all the first grade stuff and then it became really easy, and so they just kind of stopped using them. For math, the kids also like doing these wrap ups.
I like this wrap up. I like the pluses.
I like the minuses.
So you just wrap up, you just match the
Here, I
equation,
can
and wrap the string around to make the right equation, and you flip it on the back, and it tells you the pattern of the string is correct if you got the answers right. You line up the numbers. I can't see if I'm doing it correctly, and then you just match it, and then you can look on the back and see if they're right or not. Now, the handwriting books, these were one of those workbooks that you sit down and write in, and if you look at the beginning of the year towards the end of the year, I think your handwriting improved. Do you guys think so?
Yeah. One of the pictures in the very back, you get a color, then
Is that kind of your reward?
Yeah, for if you do a week's work.
So it's broken down into the days and lessons, and that went really well. This, in the very beginning, helps you, like gives you like an annual plan to work through, and it also gives you like checklists if you have the basic kit, or if you have, like we have, the complete kit. What we did, we started out at the beginning of the year by following this pretty carefully and just checking the boxes for what we were finishing and accomplishing each day and then each week, and it tells you like how much you need to do. But then about, I don't know, after maybe like a month or two of it, we kind of got into our own rhythm. Because sometimes the kids like, one of your favorite subjects was geography, and they just wanted to work ahead really fast in that because they didn't want to stop. And so we let them. They finished geography pretty quickly. What did you like most about geography?
a lot of coloring stuff in it, which I really liked. And there's like gluing and cutting. There's a lot of crafts in here. So that's what I like most of it, because I really like crafts.
This came with it. It's a poster of what is that?
Landforms and bodies of water.
And then it came with
We have
this one
some
also.
hanging up on our walls,
continents.
actually.
It also came with this thing, but we didn't really. It's a scrunch world map, which is awesome. Yeah, we used it a little bit. It's like really durable. Like it won't rip, it doesn't tear. You can just scrunch it up. It's waterproof and everything. So, but we didn't end up using this. Instead, we used the globe because I kind of wanted them to see proportionally. They didn't really want them thinking too much that the United States was like really on the other side of the world from like China, you know. So we used the globe more than this flat map here. The kit also includes daily 6 trait writing. Did I say it right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I always said that name wrong. They
You
always
always
say,
said
Dad,
six.
you
Dad, you always said writing trait 6.
It's kind of like grammar. It taught them things like punctuation. It taught them things like capitalization and sentence structures and things like that. And that was one of your more fun books to do. You guys like doing that,
Yeah,
right?
I like this.
You enjoy doing
It's
that?
fun.
This is also one of the books that they worked through fairly quickly. Going back to like we didn't really follow Timberdoodle's schedule that they had outlined. If you follow their schedule, you'll end right on time with everything complete. But like I said, sometimes our kids want to go faster and further and longer. They're like, oh, we don't want to stop. We want to keep going and doing this. So we're like, all right, not gonna argue with that. And so they finished. This is one of the books they finished really early in the year. You guys get the big books. I get the little skinny book. So this is really interesting the way this works. Teaching spelling. So I would just read the word to them. For example, on page 21E, it has a list of the words that they need to spell.
21E?
And they don't really. I don't tell them how to spell it. It's just like flag. And they would just sound it out and figure it out, and they kind of learn the principles of how the word were flag, and then spun, brag, skim, trip, clob, swam, swum, plumb, blot, trim.
Right here.
And if you got him really right, there's like these stickers that come with it, and you can put it on your page. If you get one wrong or none wrong, you just could put a sticker on it if you did really well.
Here's a sticker sheet.
You like doing the spelling? I was kind of surprised, like, how well they learned to spell just by me giving them words to spell. And then figuring out, and like towards the end, they were doing mostly all 5-letter words and without really any help. Sometimes they would get mixed up on if the word started with a C or a K, but other than that, they were getting all of them
Like
by
cookies.
themselves. The book that we ended up using for anatomy is this Usborne book called Look Inside Your Body, and we liked it because it's a lot of pictures
like
and a lot of flaps that you can pick up. And you guys even remember some of our homeschooling vlogs on this very page, how difficult it was for us to get through teaching this page.
We were just cracking up.
Yeah, that was a fun vlog. But and so what we did is to teach anatomy as part of their science is we went through this book, and then I just kind of kept going through the pages
This is what
to
you
quiz our
pick up.
kids on like, so which muscle is the bicep, which one's the tricep, or the ab?
Bicep, tricep.
That's right. For reading, they included a bunch of these readers, and this is only one of them of the series of that. And this is how Zeke got started. His very first book was reading, and now I remember. We worked with them before he got into first grade with a different book. I think it was called 100 Easy Reading Lessons. But so Zeke had already finished that. So when he came to this was like, I remember Zeke, you were really intimidated to read this. You're like, no, it doesn't have very many pictures, it's got a lot of words. But I sat down with him, we started reading through the first one, and he read it just fine. And then he was like, oh, I can do this. And then he just started cranking through them, and he read through these like really fast. So that was really exciting. Reading for Hannah, though, she's kind of past. She's actually like a 3rd grade reading level now. And so she just started getting books out of the library and didn't end up
I'm
using
reading
most of these
chapter books already, like in one day.
One of the other things that we really used a lot is this book. Now, since we're in first grade, we know people who, these are all the tests for the Common Core standards for first grade. But just to like make sure that we didn't miss anything, we've been going through this, and at the end of the year, this is the last thing we did. So this is what we used to kind of fill in any gaps. But thankfully, there weren't really that many gaps to fill in. One of the things we really liked about Timberdoodle is that it includes a lot of critical thinking skills. Like, it's not just about learning facts, but it's teaching you how to think. And so some of the things they included, this is probably your favorite one, right?
This is my favorite
What are
all
they?
of it.
Tell us what they are. And
So
Zeke, can you tell
they're
us what
like these little pieces, and you can make like a flower. You can make.
You can build all sorts of stuff with them, you know,
Yeah.
cars and things. Now, what we did with these was we didn't like sit down every day and be like, okay, now you have to do your pluses. Instead, like some of these more hands-on things, these critical thinking skills, including like these smart cookies games, a lot of games that's like really, like I said, hands-on, tactile learning, like problem-solving puzzles, you know, stuff like that. That's what these are. They did those kind of on their own time, just for fun, because they really like doing it. Even right now, she can't help but do this little math picture equation problem-solving puzzle. So it's cool. It's not just about learning information, but learning how to think and problem-solving and getting those actual critical thinking skills that you're going to need to solve more complex problems as they grow up. Can we do the video now, or are you guys stuck on playing with these?
I made
you
a
gotta
little
finish that
flower.
now before we can move on?
I made a little flower.
Nice. The rest of the stuff here are things that were part of the curriculum kit and are books that we didn't really use that much. One, because they're not really required. It's, you know, they're fun to do, but let's walk through what we didn't really use.
One.
Now this one, Phonics Pathways.
Zeke used it a lot.
Yeah, when Zeke was kind of getting brought up to first grade speed real quick, he used this in the beginning. But because we had already worked with him before this, like we found that this was kind of like redundant and things that he kind of already knew. But the book is really good, and we might use this with Hallie and some of our younger kids going forward as far as just very introductory kind of getting started with reading. So we didn't really use this one that much. Oh yeah, this book we didn't really use that much either.
Mama used it a lot with us.
In the very beginning, but we didn't finish this book. We kind of got to the point where like, okay, they know it, like proper nouns and pronouns and everything. They kind of like, they got it real quick, so we skimmed through it and didn't really like follow like every single page in this one. History, now this is one that I wish we had more time for, but they've got a lot of this anyway through television programs that they're doing, books they're reading from the library, things like that. And so we didn't go through it like as thoroughly as this did, but for first grade, like this is it's not essential as our like core part of what they really need.
It's really fun though.
It is really fun. This is definitely more on like just sitting and reading and listening. And then this one has like a lot of
Well,
this
we
book
like
has a lot of work
color
pages.
we listen with it. When we listen for it, we just like color with it.
Astronomy.
Astronomy! I love astronomy!
Now they really love astronomy, and this was like their reward. This thing that we got to do for fun at the end. Like if they did a good job with all the other school stuff, and we still had time left, we could do more. This is what we spent the rest of the time doing. We didn't finish these this year. Again, it's not like really super required by like our state or anything that the kids learn astronomy in first grade. The last thing we didn't really do too much of are these books. Well, we did these. Let's drawing. Now they did use this, and this they just did for fun, like step by step how to draw different things. And they really liked doing this, but again, this wasn't part of our school stuff. It was nice to just have this book on the shelf, and they knew it was there, and they could sit down and just
I really want to use
learn
this.
to draw and fill in things. This is oil painting that came with it, which looks really fun, but it's just one of those things where like, you know, we just don't have time for this right now, and still shrink back.
Elephant one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did an elephant
We're
one.
looking forward though to when it's mostly because we have like getting paint out with the other little kids around. It's just difficult. Makes a big mess, so we just didn't do that
we
one.
already did that.
Yeah. But,
I really wish you could do it soon.
So the drawing stuff they tended to do on their own time. Now, if you guys did like everything in the complete curriculum kit that they send you, one, you will have probably one of the smartest homeschool kids ever, and two, you will spend probably about 2 to 3 hours every weekday morning, I think, to do it, which is totally doable for some people's schedules. For us, that was a little bit much. We ended up just focusing on the really core things that they really need to know: the math, some of the sciences, the reading, the handwriting, things like that, and critical thinking skills. We focused mostly on that, and I'd say that took us about an hour or two, doing it about 2 or 3 times a week on average. Sometimes we go every weekday, other times weeks we wouldn't do it at all, so probably averaged out to about that. And that's how we got done the stuff that we needed, and some of this other stuff that we felt was more miscellaneous we didn't do, but now we got it and the kids can come do this for fun. But that's part of the cool part about homeschooling anyways. You can work through it at your own pace. You can decide, you know what, my kids are just zipping through this. We can skip that book and just go straight to that. That's how Zeke ended up in first grade. He's supposed to be starting first grade this year. We've already finished it now at this point, and we can just go at their own pace, work at the things they really are interested in, and then come back to the other things later. And they become self-starting learners, or they're just self-motivated. Like Hannah, just like, hey, I just want to do that book. And she doesn't need a teacher here to sit here and help her do that because she knows how to read, she knows how to follow the directions, and she can figure it out and do it for fun on her own. To summarize it all, we really love Timberdoodle, and we're looking forward to doing the second grade curriculum again with both of them coming up in the fall, and we highly recommend it if you like flexibility in your time and your schedule, and you just like having everything mapped out and planned for you with almost zero, very, very little preparation to do, and you want something that your kids can work through at their pace and focus on the things they like and then come back on the things that they don't like when you have more time to sit with them. And for our family, it just really worked well, and so we're really looking forward to doing the second grade next year. So looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments below. If you're a homeschooling family, what curriculum do you use and do you like it? And if you have any questions about the Timberdoodle curriculum, you can ask those down there, and me or my wife will do our best to answer them the best that we can about it. And just looking forward to hearing what you guys say down there. So thanks for hanging out with us. Subscribe if this is your first time on our channel. Every weekday we are doing vlogs of our family just growing. We have 7 kids. Number 7's on the way. Hannah's our oldest, and we're just learning how do we work together as a family team to serve each other, help each other, play together, rest together, work everything together in a way that we support the family. And we'll see you guys on Monday.